Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Retro Select, a series of quick looks at retro games I feel like playing. Now, like last time, we're going to take a look at a ZX Spectrum game today, because the ZX Spectrum library is something that I'm not super familiar with. And I thought this looked interesting. Today we're looking at Short Circuit, which was a 1987 release from Ocean Software, released exclusively for Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum. Now, anyone with any familiarity of Ocean Software will be well aware of the fact that they put out a lot of movie licensed games over their lifetime. A lot of those came out on 16-bit platforms as well, so things like Batman the movie and so on were very well known for their 16-bit incarnations as much as their 8-bit counterparts. But some of the 8-bit only games that Ocean put out are not as well known. I didn't know this game existed until quite recently. It's an adaptation of the 1986 movie, as the name suggests, and it's a two-part game. The 48K version was a multi-load affair where you played the first part and then you loaded the second part separately, or if you wanted to, you could just load the second part separately and jump straight to it. Or the 128K version loaded the whole thing into memory at once, had some additional music, and did lots of extra things. We're going to take a look at the 128K version today because we might as well. It's got some nice music instead of Spectrum clicker noises, and it's just a bit better. So this game was pretty widely praised by publications for being an interesting take on a movie license game and for having nice graphics. Like I say, I had no idea this existed until quite recently though, so I'm very interested to give it a go. So let's go play Short Circuit.
Okay, here we are with Short Circuit from Ocean, a adaptation of the 1986 movie. So this version that we're playing today is the 128K Spectrum version, so it's got better sound than the 48K version, and it also loads both of the two parts of the game into memory at once. So that means there's no multi-tape loading or anything like that, and it means you can jump straight to the second section if you want to, or you can play through the whole thing, which we will attempt to do today. I can't guarantee we'll get through the first bit because I don't know the solution to it, but we'll have a good go anyway. Alright, here we go. So, like most Spectrum games, we have a setup menu to begin with. So you can choose whether you're going to control this with the keyboard, with a joystick, with the cursor keys, with various other interfaces. Now, like I said when we were looking at Mad Nurse recently, unlike the Commodore 64 and the Atari 8-bit, you couldn't necessarily rely on Spectrum owners having a joystick. And thus, most Spectrum games were written using keyboard controls in mind, primarily. Often they did support joysticks, but generally speaking, they were optimized to be played with keyboard. That said, default keyboard setups were often absolutely bizarre by modern standards. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to redefine the keys. I'm going to use a WSAD setup for down, up, left and right. And we'll use G for select, and then we will start from part 1 and 2, and we begin as number 5 is alive. So what you do in this first part of the game is you need to escape from the robotics facility where number 5 has been constructed, and you do that by moving around and interacting with things. Now you see in the lower right corner it says link at the moment. That is the only action that number 5 is capable of doing at the moment. So you can walk up to something and press the select button, and he attempts to link to it using an RS-232 connection. But he can't do that with anything except computer terminals like this one. So link established, please select program to load, search, use and read. So we'll load the search program, and we will load the use program, and then we will load the read program. And what happens now is now you're not standing in front of any object. If you press the select button, you'll see that the verb in the bottom right corner changes. So now we can walk up to something and search it. We can search the safe room, we can find nothing there. We can search these drawers over here. We found a blue pass card, that sounds useful. So we'll say yes to take that. Object taken. And then that obviously needs to be used on a locked door. Such as this one. I've played this first bit of the game before, so I know how this first bit works. So what we do is we then switch to use. We walk up to the locked door and press the object, the select button. and choose to use the blue cast card, and that opens the door. And then, interestingly, we also need to do it from the other side as well to make sure it's open from both sides. And that means we can now come and go as we see fit through that door. So before we go any further, it's probably worth searching a few other things that are around the place. So if we search this pot plant here. Oops. Let's be quite precise with how you line him up against things. There's a £1 coin, thereby informing you that this was a British game, despite Short Circuit being, I believe, an American movie. So we'll say no for that for the moment, because I don't know what that's for. What's in this desk over here? Nothing there. Anything in the workbench? Nothing there. Alright, let's move on. Nothing in the filing cabinet. Nothing in there. Nothing in the plant. Nothing on the sofa. What about this desk? The videotape. I'll leave that there for now, because I'm not sure what we use that for. Nothing in the drawers. Nothing in the sofa. Oops. If you're thinking this music is better than you expect to hear from the Spectrum, you'd be entirely right. That's because the 128K Spectrum had a much better sound chip than the 48K version. It actually has the same sound chip as the Atari ST, or certainly a very similar sound chip to the Atari ST, which I find endlessly amusing. It's like the ST is supposed to be this powerful 16-bit platform, and yet it's got the same sound chip as the Spectrum. Right, there's a monkey wrench in that workbench there. We'll leave that there, but we'll remember that's there just in case we need it. The reason I'm leaving these objects behind is you have a limit on how many things you can carry at once. Nothing in the desk. Nothing in the drawers. Is this another locked door? It is, yes. Right, found another terminal here. There's a stapler on the terminal, but I don't think we need that for now. Let's link to the terminal, and this should give us some more verbs. Search, use, and read. Those are the same ones we've already got, aren't they? So don't need to worry too much about that. Paperclip. Don't think we need that for the minute. So you see, the gameplay in this first section is fairly straightforward, but it's interesting that it's combining elements of graphic and text adventures. Like the fact you actually have to find verbs as objects, basically, is really interesting, actually. So like, you have to be a bit careful, because until you find the right verbs, you can't do things like drop objects. So if you're carrying the wrong objects around with you, you can actually screw yourself over in this. which is why I'm taking care not to pick up things I don't need. Right, I think we've gone around in a big circle, haven't we? Okay. Let's check the other direction then. That's the door we opened. Alright, filing cabinet is locked, so we need a key for it. And so is that one. There's a scared mouse in the sink unit. I don't know what we need that for, but I guess we'll need it at some point. A cup of coffee. You never know when these things will be useful. Right, jump hardware is one of the 3 things we need to be carrying when we escape. But since we can't drop anything at the minute, I'm going to leave that there for now. Same for the laser software. So it's interesting that you find those so early on, but you can't actually do anything with them until much later. Red pass card we will take, however, because that's going to be useful. And I think that might actually open the locked door we saw before. Oh, no, okay. So what does open that door then? It's not the blue one again, is it? Use object, blue pass card. No, this object is of no use here. Use object, red pass card. This object is of no use here. Okay. Must be another door we haven't seen then. Did I use this terminal? No. Look. And break. And drop. Drop is obviously very useful. So you want to make sure you've got that. Check the other things in this room. And a lunchbox. Leave that there for the minute. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the blue key card in here. You have to drop something inside an object. So like you find things in objects, you have to drop things inside objects as well. And what I am going to do go through the door, you idiot. I'm going to take this because I have actually glanced at a guide for this. I haven't memorised it or anything, but I do remember a couple of things about it. I do remember what this monkey wrench is for. So what we do is we go over here. I'll take the scared mouse. I'm going to put him somewhere else for a sec. Just going to stick him in the palm for now. Right, and then I think what you do is you... I'm sure you broke the sync unit. Maybe we have to use the wrench on it first. Okay, I must have misread the thing then. So what next? Very good question. I'll put that wrench back where I found it, in that case. No, that's the wrong way. The wrench was in this workbench here, so let's drop that back there so we know where it is. Now, somewhere around here there is a pink keycard. I know that because I found it before. I just can't remember where it is. This must be something that I haven't searched properly yet. Nothing on the desk. Oops. Nothing in the drawer unit. Don't think we can search those shelves. No, we can't. Nothing on the sofa. Nothing in the palm. Nothing in the unit. Nothing in the sofa. Nothing in the desk. Lock drawer. I'll have to come back for that with a key. Nothing in the sofa. Nothing in the filing cabinet. Nothing in the sofa. Nothing in the palm. This is a paper clip, and so there's the stapler in that terminal there. Nothing in the drawers. Nothing in the sofa. Where is it? Ooh, found a file key. We do need that. Now, the locked files, if I remember, were all the way over here. Oh, no. These ones. File unlocked. Got a pink passcard. Excellent. So I'm going to drop the file key here. I'll drop it in the filing cabinet, and that makes most sense, doesn't it? Right, now I've got a red pass card and a pink pass card. And I just noticed there's actually 2 doors we can unlock. So there's this one here. This one might be the red one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so again I'll drop the... Actually, before I do that... Yeah, because again we need to unlock it from both sides. Otherwise you lock yourself in. Right, again I will drop the red pass card here. See what I mean about how easy it might be to mess yourself up in this one? If I had dropped that red pass card and then walked through that door, I wouldn't be able to get back out again. Another sink. Can we break this one? Can break this one. Right. I believe that's where we need to use the monkey wrench. So I'll go and do that while I think about it. No, that's the wrong terminal room. Ball sack. Where was it then? Was it up here? Yes, must be this one. And a monkey wrench. Yes. Then use this. The sprinkler system has been turned off. Don't know why you do that. Yeah, I don't know why you do that, but you do it. Found a lump of cheese. That sounds like it might be useful for the scared mouse, but I don't know exactly why you'd need to give that mouse a lump of cheese at this point. We've just gone around in a big circle there, haven't we? So let's have a look over here. Another terminal. Anything worth acquiring from here? Search, use, read. No. Oh, interesting. It's only locked from one side. Is this the pink door then? No. That's strange. I'm confused. Okay, well, so that does mean that the red door up here links to that other door down there, which is odd. Because, yeah, the red pass card should be somewhere around here. This, I think. Yeah, there it is. That's where I left it. Okay. Does this one need the pink key? No. Okay. What about this one? There we go. Oh no! Well, that's not very fair, is it? Oh dear. Number 5 has been captured and disconnected. Game over. And no means of escaping that. No save game system. I guess you've just got to know that's there. Well, that appears to be the end of our short circuit adventure. What we can do though is we can move on to the second section, which it does so automatically even though you lose. So this bit here is a sort of Moon Patrol-esque jumpy game. Number 5 has been temporarily damaged, injured, scathed, broken. So in this section you have to jump over obstacles. And you also have to avoid squishing small fairy creatures, which I'm spectacularly failing to do at the moment. It's down in the lower left corner. That is number 5's conscience bar. Number 5 has been captured and will now be disassembled. No disassemble. Input name. Pete. I got the best possible score though. Well, I got the best score. Anyway, let's have another quick go at that second part. Oops. Because this part is weirdly fun, if very simple. I'm not actually 100% sure what you're supposed to do about those robots, because if you shoot them, you lose some conscience. But that also appears to be the only way you can deal with them. Oops. You see, you lose a big chunk of conscience if you do that. So I thought what you had to do is sort of lure them into the traps that hurt you, but they don't seem to affect those other robots, so I don't know. It's entirely possible that this sequence wasn't programmed correctly, because it certainly wouldn't be the first time that Ocean released something that was broken, but That said, I like this game. I like this game a lot. I think the adventure section is really interesting. Number 5 is switched off due to a severe bout of depression. Game over. I like the adventure section despite the instant death thing that we encountered there. You can learn that's there and you can figure out what to do about it. I believe from what I remember from looking at the walkthrough, you have to do things like sort of scheduling the robot patrols. There's like discs you can put into the computers. So can we jump through them? No, we just get captured. I don't know what you do with them then. You can jump over that manhole and it doesn't affect them. But it does hurt you. You can deliberately damage yourself, which makes them disappear. But you can only do that a couple of times before you get a game over anyway, so that would appear to be a suboptimal approach. So like, see, he's coming up here behind me. If I then throw myself into the nearest manhole, of which there wasn't one, so there was actually nothing I could do about that. Oh, I don't know. Alright, one more try. Oops, landed right on that bunny. Ouch! Maybe you've got to shoot some of them. And you've just got to take that certain amount of hit to your conscience. And you've just got to avoid hitting any of the animals in order to take any more conscience damage, which I've already failed to do because I ran over a squirrel. And a rabbit. And a manhole. So if I shoot him now, I will die. But there's nothing else I can do there, so I don't really know how that works. Anyway, I think that's probably enough of that for today. That gives you an idea of how Short Circuit for ZX Spectrum works. It's a cool game. I like that game. It's got its issues, but it is possible to complete because there are videos of people completing it online. So yeah, I'd say it's worth a look because it's one of the more interesting movie license games I've seen from the period. And I would argue that it's a lot more ambitious than some of the stuff that Ocean did on the 16-bit platform. So like, it's not a platformer, it's not sort of just adapting key scenes from the movie into straightforward arcade-style sequences. That adventure sequence is very cool. I say instant death? No. But if you're playing on an emulator or something, you'd always use save states to get around those. So that's one possibility. regardless, an interesting game that I think is worth highlighting and worth exploring. So yeah, I like that a lot. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.